will succeed. Shout out to the one that put us on crypto. We winning the prize. He's on the rise. For crypto tips and more, check APlusCrypto.org. Crypto Geeks a name, keeping you informed. Went from being the bomb to your good luck charm. Keep stacking sets and stay calm. I stayed grinding while they partied all night. Focused on my hustle, keeping my goals in sight. 10 years passed, now my business is booming. Friends all broke while I'm out here moving. Back in the day, they were living it up. Every weekend popping bottles, not giving a fuck. I was in the lab, plans on my mind. Sacrifice the fun, knowing I'd shine. While they were out, blowing the cash. I was building the future, making it last. Now they come around, asking for a hand. Funny how the tables turn just like I planned. Worked hard, now I'm living the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, I'm the one they need. Success tastes sweet from planting the seed. Years of dedication while they were getting lit. I was stacking money bit by bit. Every all-nighter, every sacrifice paid off in full. Now my life's so nice. They used to laugh, call me a bore. Now they knocking on my door. Need a job, need a break, need a chance. While I'm out here leading the dance. Worked hard, years of dedication the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, every all-nighter, every sacrifice paid off in full. Now my life's so nice. They used to laugh, call me a bore. Now they knocking on my door. Need a job, need a break, need a chance. While I'm out here leading the dance. Now I'm the one door party, paying the bill, in the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, I'm the one they need. Success tastes sweet from planting the seed. They used to wonder how I got everything. Now it's hard work, hustle and sacrifice. Paid the price, now my life's so nice. They were the money you work hard, paying the bill in the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. See what they believe, but I'm still here. Success tastes sweet, they see the call. They live in the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, I'm the one they need. Success tastes sweet from planting the seed. They were the money you work hard, paying the bill in the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. See what they believe. We will succeed. Shout out to the one that put us on crypto. We winning the prize. He's on the rise. For crypto tips and more, check APlusCrypto.org. Crypto Geeks a name, keeping you informed. Went from being the bomb to your good luck charm. Keep stacking sets and stay calm. We will succeed. Shout out to the one that put us on crypto. I stand grinding while they partied all night. Focused on my hustle, keeping my goals in sight. 10 years passed, now my business is booming. Friends all broke while I'm out here moving. Back in the day, they were living it up. Every weekend popping bottles, not giving a fuck. I was in the lab, plans on my mind. Sacrifice the fun, knowing I'd shine. While they were out, blowing the cash, I was building the future, making it last. Now they come around, asking for a hand. Funny how the tables turn just like I planned. Worked hard, now I'm living the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, I'm the one they need. Success tastes sweet from planting the seed. Knowing I'd shine. While they were out, blowing the cash, I was building the future, making it last. Now they come around, asking for a hand. Funny how the tables turn just like years of dedication while they were getting lit. I was stacking money bit by bit. Every all-nighter, every sacrifice paid off in full. Now my life's so nice. They used to laugh, call me a bore. Now they knocking on my door. Need a job, need a break, need a chance. While I'm out here leading the dance. Worked hard, now I'm living the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, I'm the one they need. Success tastes sweet from planting the seed. They used to laugh, call me a bore. Now they knocking on my door. Need a job, need a break, need a chance. While I'm out here leading the dance. Now I'm the one door party, paying the bill. Flying first class, chasing the thrill. All those nights I stayed in, now paying off. Living life large, no more scars. They see the cars, the house, the bling. They wonder how I got everything. It's hard work, hustle and sacrifice. Paid the price, now my life's so nice. While they were partying, I was on my grind. Now I can afford to leave it all behind. Friends look at me, see what they lack, but I'm still here, got their back. Worked hard, now I'm living the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, I'm the one they need. Success tastes sweet. I'm planting the seed. We will succeed. Shout out to the one that put us on crypto. We winning the prize. He's on the prize. For crypto tips and more, check APlusCrypto.org. Crypto eats the name, keeping you informed. Wait for me in the arm to get good luck charm. Keep stacking sats and stay calm. We will succeed. Shout out to the one that put us on crypto. I stand grinding while they partied all night. Focused on my hustle, keeping my goals in sight. 10 years past, now my business is booming. Friends all broke while I'm out here moving. Back in the day, they were living it up. Every weekend popping bottles, not giving a fuck. I was in the lab, plans on my mind. Sacrifice the fun, knowing I'd shine. While they were out, blowing the cash, I was building the future, making it last. Now they come around, asking for a hand. Funny how the tables turn just like I planned. Worked hard, now I'm living the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, I'm the one they need. Success tastes sweet, I'm planting the seed. Years of dedication while they were getting lit. I was stacking money, bit by bit. Every all-nighter, every sacrifice paid off in full. Now my life's so nice. They used to laugh, call me a bore. Now they knocking on my door. Need a job, need a break, need a chance. While I'm out here leading the dance. Worked hard, now I'm living the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, I'm the one they need. Success tastes sweet, I'm planting the seed. Now I'm the one door party, paying the bill. Flying first class, chasing the thrill. All those nights I stayed in, now paying off. Living life large, no more scars. They see the cars, the house, the bling. They wonder how I got everything. It's hard work, hustle and sacrifice. Paid the price, now my life's so nice. While they were partying, I was on my grind. Now I can afford to leave it all behind. Friends look at me, see what they lack. But I'm still here, got their back. Worked hard, now I'm living the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, I'm the one they need. Success tastes sweet, I'm planting the seed. We will succeed. Shout out to the one that put us on crypto. We winning the prize. He's on the prize. For crypto tips and more, check APlusCrypto.org. Crypto eats the name, keeping you informed. Wait for me in the arm to get good luck charm. Keep stacking sats and stay calm. We will succeed. Shout out to the one that put us on crypto. I stand grinding while they partied all night. Focused on my hustle, keeping my goals in sight. 10 years past, now my business is booming. Friends all broke while I'm out here moving. Back in the day, they were living it up. Every weekend popping bottles, not giving a fuck. I was in the lab, plans on my mind. Sacrifice the fun, knowing I'd shine. While they were out, blowing the cash, I was building the future, making it last. Now they come around, asking for a hand. Funny how the tables turn just like I planned. Worked hard, now I'm living the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, I'm the one they need. Success tastes sweet, I'm planting the seed. Years of dedication while they were getting lit. I was stacking money, bit by bit. Every all-nighter, every sacrifice paid off in full. Now my life's so nice. They used to laugh, call me a bore. Now they knocking on my door. Need a job, need a break, need a chance. While I'm out here leading the dance. Worked hard, now I'm living the dream. From late nights grinding to owning the scene. Friends asking for jobs, I'm the one they need. Success tastes sweet, I'm planting the seed. Now I'm the one door party, paying the bill. Flying first class, chasing the thrill. All those nights, friends asking for jobs.
Okay, boom.
Sweet, I'm planting the seed.
So the first thing before you do how you should be setting up your charts is why why should you listen to me, I guess. I'm going to show you, right? I've done a lot so far. I made a lot of great predictions. I do have this one script that I wrote. Okay, this script right here. First thing before I had 337 pushes because it's pretty good script. It shows you how to do some trading over the 1 hour time frame. Really not going to get into that just yet, but let me show you a couple things. Alright, so this was all the way back in May 20th, 2024. Here in May 20th, 2004, I put post April 19th Bitcoin halving, current bull run trend, major potential, right? So if you click on this, basically what I said here, this was all Bitcoin is next inverted head and shoulders or a large cup May 20th, 2004. That's what I was expecting for the next move. So I drew this out, this white line. This is what had been in place so far. This is where we were at. We're at about the 63,000 level, the 64,000 level, okay? I projected us, moving up here as time went on. If we press this play button, and this is just based on some knowledge that I had of what Bitcoin usually does, because I've been in this market for so long. But if you go ahead and press this play button, I was a few, what is this? I projected us, here we are, December, and I said it should have been September. So I was a couple months off. I did think we was going to come down and then break out from there. We did get a rejection. Things don't always happen exactly as planned. We did get a rejection and come down and use some of these lines of support before we did break up. And here is where we're at right now. If we go into, and this was all the way back, keep in mind though guys, May 2024. I did think we was going to come down. Have some other predictions, we can go back even further. I seen this cup and handle, if we go, this inverted head and shoulders, all the way back in August 21st, 2023. Here we go. So Bitcoin is going to create an inverted head and shoulders on me, and I think that was supposed to be the 1 month time frame. On the monthly, and shoot up as it does every single bull market process. Now every single bull market we have a similar type move, okay? So here at this time we're at $26,000 guys, and I was projecting us to be at $98,000, okay? And at the time when I was predicting this, a lot of people thought I was crazy and out of my mind. If you press this play button though, as you look, not only did we hit my target almost right on the money, right? Like literally guys, right on the money. We have actually already passed that. Now keep in mind, this was posted August 21st, 2023. This was posted to my YouTube channel. This was posted on my TradingView. This was posted on my TikTok. Now if we go up here, okay, this was one of my more recent posts. And this is after Bitcoin had already moved up a little bit. I said, our head and shoulders patterns on the Bitcoin 1 week. So here you have your shoulder, your head, ugly big head, but whatever. And then we were in the process of forming another shoulder. I said there's two options that we can take from this point when we're at 54,000. We could have went down to this 46,000, went up and down a little bit here, consolidating, and then we could have blasted up, or we could have just took off right from where we're at. Now if I press this play button guys, what do you think happened? Boom! We did take just slightly longer than I expected for us to take off from there, but as you can see right now, currently, like we're literally right on my projected target. Alright, so I do have some idea of what I'm doing in this market. Now that you know I have some idea of what we're doing in this market, I want to show you this. Bitcoin to 431,000 according to historic moves. Now, I went down and posted this similar chart all the way back here with the Bitcoin 1 week lifetime trends, where I was calling the actual bottom. And we can get to that if you want, but we're not going to really get to that. I was calling the bottom at about 16K. We did break a little bit below that, and we went to 15K, but that's close enough when we're talking about not even a whole percent when it comes comes to Bitcoin moves. That's pretty good. As you can see here, this was posted all the way in June 31st, 2022. And you can see this chart right here is very similar to the chart we're about to look at right here. It has very similar lines, but this one was made in June 2024. As you can see here, this was made a year later, so this has some updated information. So we're gonna go look at this chart really quick, okay? And you can see now this chart is predicting Bitcoin to at least hit 431,000. With a potential chance of all the way up to 2 million. This one was made, guys. I know that seems crazy. People, when I say this to people, like they just don't understand. But these green lines were the halvings, right? So these green lines were the halvings. This was the move in 2017. This square yellow box is the size of the move from 2017. This is the move from 2021, the most recent bull market. People, when I say this to people, this purple box is the size of the move from 2021. This green line right here is the halving, right around when I made this chart a little bit after, and made this prediction, right? So all I'm doing is taking this move that we made in 2021, which I think this move wasn't our full move because we started going up and then COVID came. And I don't think that was fair to the market. I think that stopped our bull run early. I think we should have hit 100K last bull run. It's a shame that we didn't, and this COVID mess happened. But whatever. So I still incorporated that into our potential chance. We started going up and then COVID came. This is the 2017 move. I feel it's more likely we're going to do a move like I think we should have hit 100. Right? Maybe not to the full extent of this, but let me show you something. So if we come here, let's just zoom into this a little bit, and we take a look. This is where I said once we get into here, good things are going to start. Alright, Bitcoin was at around 70,000. It was at our all-time high. People were saying it was going to get rejected. People were saying it was going to go down. So let me go ahead and hit this play button for you and show you what happened so far, and we take a look. So pretty much once we entered this box, that became the portion where we're supposed to be doing our move. Now we did almost faked myself out actually a couple times during this. I did get a little bearish. If you look, you know, we wicked all the way down to my support line one time. I guess you can call this 2 times. So pretty much about every single, this is a monthly chart. Every single month we ended up closing in this box with a coincidence. So finally, when we stopped these fake outs, we started moving up, and then we moved up very rapidly all the way down to where this is where we are right now. I guess you can call this 2 times. I want to show you something, right? Every single, here we go, monthly chart. Every single month we ended up closing. All right, so Bitcoin was below all of this, comes up, comes down, touches this red line, okay? Then Bitcoin comes all the way down, touches this green line, okay? This ended up being our bottom, this wick right here. I want to stabilized in this area right here. Once we broke out, it was to the moon, back up to the red line, and that's pretty much happened in our yellow box, right? Went all the way to this red line. So in this yellow box, we started off at $604. And we finished all the way up at $18,000, $19,000, $20,000, $21,000. It depends on what exchange you were on. It depends on how you want to look at it by the close of the week. That's pretty much the bottom line. This red line was the top, all the way to this green line was the bottom. From there, we came down from this red line. We worked our way in between these lines. And remember, these candles are over months, so it took us time to break up, and it took us time to break below these lines, okay? Once we came down here, boom, we thought that this was going to be the bottom, and we were stabilizing pretty much on the same line, minus the wick. But what do you know? We started moving up, and then all of a sudden we started coming down again. As soon as we came down again, boom, and this was part of, that C virus that came down here. Boom. So this caused a very low wick all the way down to 4,300. This is actually when I was screaming at my friends and family, like, they need to get in. We started between 6 and 4,000. And all of a sudden we started coming from that point on, the halving came, which I forgot to mention the halving here, but the green line is the halving. The halving came, and once we got into this purple box, it was more up. This is sideways and up. up. But keep in mind though, this is April of 2021. These is like peak time for that sea crash, for the everything. The whole country was just rocked because of what was going on. And I think that kind of prevented us from actually making it up to this further level one more time. So I don't think that this was the full extent that our bull market should have been. And I think because of that, for the first time ever, we came below this green line and actually had to create a new line that created some support, which is this blue line right here. And I really believe that this had a lot to do with COVID, okay? Now, if you look, we were holding this line for a long time, We ended up kind of making this bull flag formation here. We broke out, and then we did another one, we broke out. And like I said, we got faked out a lot here, okay? Over the next couple months, though, so we're looking at, right now is the month of January, okay? We still haven't made it all the way up to this line yet, which is around, depending on when we get there, 120,000 or so, before we should face severe rejection. If I like I say here, this is like 114. Over the next couple months, let's stretch this out a little bit more. Right now is the month of January. All right, yeah. So we're looking at about 120 area to get to this green line. This green line is going to cause some significant rejection issues. However, once we break through that line, it's going to be pretty clear sailing until just this next resistance level, right? So this next resistance level, as much as it doesn't look like that big of a jump, right? This next resistance level, if we hit it this month, it would be at $200,000. Okay? If we hit it next month, it goes up to 213. If we hit it 2 months from now, it goes up to 252. So this and if you look, this line, this right here, this level right here, this was just basically our bottom line area for the majority of Bitcoin's existence, right? We just kind of played around in this level and it went down. So this isn't even a big hard level for us to crack when we're looking at the overall trend that Bitcoin has moved in the market. And I was really bullish. If we go beyond this line and just make it up to one more line even, right? This isn't even a full move of 2021, which I don't think was as strong of a move as it should have been. But if we just make it to this area, right, and this is $400,000. If we make it to this line, to the very top of this move right here at any point in time in the market, you're looking at $443,000. $430,000 somewhere around there, and we're talking about per Bitcoin. Now, what's really crazy, and what's going to make everybody think that I'm even crazier, but keep in mind, this is just based on the old trends, right? Like, we literally went into this area, into the top of this area more than once on this line. This line was our resistance more than once on the last bull market, right? If we come up here and we look at this move, right? So say we make it in here at any point in time during the remaining of our bull run. These numbers are crazy, guys. Look on this side. Look how these numbers go up as we glide across this line. We're looking at 600,000, 700,000, 800,000, 900,000. If we're at this line towards the end, that's $1 million Bitcoin. And that isn't even making it to our top line. If we make it to our resistance line of the prior bull run, like I said, which I don't even believe was a full real bull run, I think a lot of things affected that. If we just make it, not there. If we make it to this top, this trend line, sorry about that. So yeah, if we make it to this trend line, I mean, look how this trend line goes up, it's right here, right? Like I said, if you look, which I don't even believe we're at $900,000 here. A lot of things affected that. 900,000. We're at 1.2 million here, and if it drags on to the very end end of this box, we're at $1,400,000 per Bitcoin. Now this also expects Bitcoin to end in September of 2025. That's when they expect a topping of the bull market to happen. This move right here extends that out 1 month because it was a month longer. And it makes sense because of how it went. It didn't go up as much. But if we actually made it to this red line, like any point in time we touch this red line after now, you're looking at a $2 million Bitcoin. And I know that sounds absolutely absurd, but there's no reason why we can't make this move, especially if it turns into like a world currency, world reserve currency, and a lot of the plans that happen end up happening. So you're looking at the sky is kind of the limit here, and it's very interesting charts. I love to go and look at this chart. Makes me get all bullish and tingly inside. Especially if it turns but what we're gonna do now is I'm going to teach you guys from the beginning how we can go ahead and chart your own Bitcoin chart, right? Because it's pretty annoying, right? That you have to wait for an influencer comes on. They don't even show you how they do their charts. They might go over their charts quickly. They're just spitting numbers at you. You have no idea when they looked at this chart. And lots of times, I'll tell you, it takes time to put these videos together. This was just kind of an impromptu thing that I decided to do. It's pretty annoying, right? I normally, you have to wait for I got a lot going on. I have a couple businesses. I do a lot of trading. I do very well. I try to just do some short Bitcoin videos and throw out some prices for you guys too. But I think it's more beneficial for you guys to learn a little bit about charting and just to know a couple key indicators that you can use yourself to get an idea what's going to happen in the market. Especially, not even if you're going to trade, right? But if things start going down or going crazy and you're worried that it's going to keep on going, like this will help you keep a level head just knowing how to do basic things like this. There's some really simple things that you can look at that I'm going to show you that will tell you, does it look like it's going up? Does it look like it's going down? Does this look like the top? Does this look like the bottom? But if things start going down or going crazy, so let's take a look. Keep on start from the very level head, and we're going to go up here. There's some really simple things. See this? We're going to click on this arrow, and I'm going to click create a new layout. It's going down. So there we go. I'm going to call this newbie. So let's take a look, because this is for anybody that's going to be new to charting. There's going to be some basic things that you just really want to look at and that you really want to know. So let's let this thing load up. All right. So first thing first, what indicators should you have on your chart? What makes sense to you? Alright, I'm going to show you a couple key indicators you should have that are basic, they're very easy to read, and they'll help you a lot. Okay, first thing first. So click on these indicators here. You're gonna. I have these marked down as my favorites. You're actually gonna have to go and look for them. Okay. To look for them. So say I want my relative strength index. Because this is gonna be one of the ones that you're gonna use. All you gotta do is come up here, relative. And you'll see it's coming up as my favorites, but here you go. It's also the very first thing that comes up because it's a very common indicator. Now, one of the things that people don't understand is people, oh, these charts don't work. These charts don't work. As you can see from my post, I posted in charts months and months ago, if not years ago, and some of them are still holding. It's very easy to determine what a support and a resistance is, which I'm going to show you. And once you determine that, those levels kind of stick forever. They never go away. There's always going to be strong support and resistance from wherever it was last time. So what we're going to do here is click this relative strength index. Sorry guys, it's 12:41 in the morning. Like I said, I'm pretty busy guy, so this is the only time I got to do stuff like this. So let's go ahead and click on this relative strength index. Alright, so here's the first indicator you're going to use. Now, also I want you to know there's going to be a big difference on which time frame you're looking at. Right? You never want to look at anything below a 4-hour time frame because it just jumps around so much that it's really hard to grab and understand and predict and make your moves and make your trades. Once you get to the 4 hour, things become a lot more stable. Okay, you see lots of times here this RSI, right? We go to the top, we come down maybe to this level right here, this 50 level. Then there's a chance of us going back up. Once we get above this 70 area, that's kind of where we call it oversold, right? So that means that too many people have bought it, the prices went up too much, and it's likely the price is going to go down after that. So if you look here, then there's a chance of us going once we started coming down, once we get above this 70 area, price was kind of where we call it oversold. $89,000 here. Too many people. Then we got oversold. Prices went up. So we started dropping. Likely the price dropped down to $84,000. So if you look here, you also want to pay attention to this yellow line, right? Because you see, when we're moving up, that's going to be a support line. So you can come down and bounce off of it. But as we break through, it starts forming resistance, and that's when the price starts going more and more down. Not going to get too much into the technicals with you. I just want to show you some of the easy stuff. Here you can see some bearish divergence. Okay, you see the RSI going down, and you see the price going up. That usually tends to be bearish divergence. There's a lot of stuff going in the market at this time, but it also helps you pinpoint bottoms too, right? So if you were buying here at the bottom, when we get close down to this, actually, the 40, anytime we break the 40, right, this line right here, if you look, anytime we go into that, tends to be a really good time to buy. Sometimes it only wicks down to this number. If you were buying it, that gets a little bit tricky to trade, but once again, that depends on what time frame you're in, guys. Now, I don't personally trade the 4 hour. I like to use the daily, right? And I like to use the 8 hour, because the 8 hour responds a little bit better than the daily, and it's a little bit easier to use. But if you look, let's take a look at this, right? So when we were at the top when we were at the top here, Bitcoin was at about 73,000. So if you would have sold the top here, just using this RSI, sold the top here when it was in the green, you would have sold at around 74,000, right? And then if you would have bought this bottom level, anytime after it broke this 40, right, which was about right here, if you would have sold the 39, anytime it hits 39, you see this candle, big candle, right? You would have been buying in at about 59K. So if you sold at 73, and you come, even if you didn't catch the exact bottom, but just by using this alone on the 1 day chart, you could have bought in anywhere between 59, 39, and $56,000. Which, guys, that's a significant play right there. It's very easy to do, right? And we're going to incorporate a couple more indicators on here as well, which will also guide you, right? So the next thing we're going to look at is if we would have bought back here, in here at this 59K, we never actually fully made it all the way up, right? So this was kind of a tricky one, right? And we're going to incorporate we didn't actually make it to here. That's just there was some news or something around this time. But whatever the case is, we did go from the 56 all the way up to 72,000 again, okay? So that's a significant move once again. I mean, you're talking about making 20 to 30% of however much money you're putting in here. Now, if you did it on the way down and then on the way up, you're talking about 40 to 60%. Whatever the case is. So you're making a lot of money just by using this one simple indicator. When we bring in the other ones, it's going to make things even easier. That's a significant move. And one more time, we're going to take a look at this, right? So here we go. If you look at this, when we went way down, we came all the way up, down from 70,000, all whipped all the way down to 49,000. Everybody's like, oh no, the market's gonna crash. But the situation is, guys, like, this was the bottom. This was like the best time to buy. And you can clearly see that right here on this RSI level. It doesn't come down below this 30 often, but when it does, that usually means it's coiled up and reset and ready to roll. So from this point on, right, you went from 49,000 or so, and then if you would have bought it at that level, which I did, you would have and waited till it got up here, you would have been selling at 92, 93,000. Now, yeah, you would have took profits, and it is kind of crazy that this went down as this went up. Again, that's more divergence. I'm not going to get into divergence. That's more of some advanced stuff. We're going to keep it very light for you guys. The whole point is 92, 93. You could have made this. You could have made this play $48,000. It is kind of crazy that to $94,000. That's almost double your money from just using this one single indicator. So why aren't you using this chart and these indicators? I don't know. You're gonna have to think about that yourself. You could have made this. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add another indicator into this. All right, and this is gonna be almost double your money from just using this one single indicator. So why aren't you using this chart and these indicators? I don't know. You're gonna have to. I like to use that ultimate MACD. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna screenshot this, take a picture, remember it, whatever you want. Just using this one single indicator. No, it's this one. Okay, sorry guys, it's this one. This one shows up within the chart, and this one shows up below the chart. It's very similar, but either way, you can use your MACD, right? So let's point something out. Now, if we go back here, we got a top of the market here. Then once this green turns to red, that lets you know also to expect downside, okay? It's very clear, it's very simple, it's very easy to read. And if you buy the downside and wait till you get the upside, I'm sorry, if you sell on the upside, then wait till it goes below this 50 line and then creates a buy signal to expect downside. That's gonna solidify your buying opportunity to buy along with this. And if you buy, these usually kind of match up. The RSI usually comes a little bit before the MACD. And this is kind of like your confirmation that if you see this moving up and then this crosses and this is at a low area, it's gonna be a very good time buying opportunity for you. As you can see, when we're below the 50, you see we got down here, and there's another buy signal right after. You see here, we started going up here much before we actually got this buy signal here. Now, personally, the 1 day is okay to trade on. I like to trade on the 8-hour and do some trades over a couple weeks period, and it tends to work out very well for me. Much before, but I want to show you one more indicator we should include now when we're doing this, and that's going to be your stochastic RSI. I like to trade on the 8-hour. I know there's a lot of RSI going on here, but it's very important that you see this, okay? Because much before, but I want to show you one more indicator we should include now when we're doing. Take out my boy Tim, and that's going to be your. So now here on the stochastic RSI, you want to pay attention to this. This goes up and then comes down pretty hard. Goes up, comes down pretty hard, goes up pretty hard, comes down pretty hard. And if you want to look, you know, it does it a lot more than the RSI, but as you can see, now here on the stochastic RSI, price movement, you want to pay attention to this. Doesn't just go straight up and down, even though the RSI is going straight up and down. This more gives you the momentum, the current momentum in the market. And these are usually good times to sell. It does it a lot. This is usually a good time to buy. As you can see, one thing that I want to point out is if you look, it's very rare that we make it all the way up here, which you can see we make it all the way up here very often, that we don't go all the way to the bottom when using this 8-hour stochastic RSI. And that's why I like to use it. These are all going to be great bottoming points for you to buy in, to trade over a week or 2 weeks. You're gonna buy here, you're gonna wait till the price goes up.
That we don't
Occasionally you get some fake outs here, right? Like if you would have bought, you would have had to hold for a little bit while the market's being crazy.
These
But
are
if you
all
look,
gonna be
eventually,
great
you know, you would have been buying the bottom, and then you had an opportunity to sell at the move up. Then you would have waited till right here. You would have bought at the bottom, and then you would have waited to here. And as you can see, you could have sold the move up. Now, with this right here, you can see that there's a blue line and a red line. When the blue line crosses, when the blue line crosses and it's above the red line, that's usually bullish, indicating a move up. See here, see here. Okay, I'm moving up. And when the red line is above the blue line, that's usually going to solidify a move down. Things have been a little bit crazy in the market lately, just due to the elections and so on and so forth. But this is still kind of working very well. Right now, we're actually in the process of breaking up, which is actually pretty good. Because I do have a strategy that I play. I'm not getting into that right now either. But and the strategy says that up until about the 30th of this month, we should be trying to push up higher. So I'm hoping we can make it up to like 115, 120,000 by the 30th of the month. If not, I would not be surprised if we came back down to like 85 level. We should be trying here where we initially broke out. We haven't had much retesting of that level. Even if we came down to the 76 level and bounced up off of that, I would not be concerned. But some of the higher time frames are a little oversold for me, so I am a little cautious and I am expecting a pullback. If we can move up over the next week and then pull back, maybe to 100K, to 98K, to 89K, that would be great. And then the market would be recovered, so that way we continue with our move up. But please, please, please do understand, the market never goes straight up and never goes straight down. You will see ups and downs. You will see beats and bounces. You will get banged around. Don't sell your crypto when you're down. It usually moves up even if it takes some time. And don't hold your crypto for too long when you see it go up a lot, because it'll go back down and give you an opportunity to buy back in cheaper. That's just how the market works. There's a whole bunch of people trading. I know it seems crazy, but they got a lot more money and they don't care about, you know, trying to wait to be a millionaire, because they're already millionaires. So when they see their profit go up 20-30% on $1 million, dude, that's $200,000-$300,000. Why wouldn't they take some profit? It only makes sense, right? So right now I am hoping that we break this here on the stochastic line, on the regular RSI, that we get across up on this ultimate MACD, and that this continues to rise. Dude, that's so we could push up to about $120,000 or so. It only makes sense, all right? So here, key things that you want to use once again. You want to use this ultimate MACD, the MFT. You want to use your RSI, and you want to use stochastic RSI. If you're using all these and you're looking for the bottoms, anything below 40, you start dollar costing averaging into. Sometimes it just barely gets below 40. Sometimes it bounces off of the, oh, look at here, 39. 39 right here. You know, so, and then occasionally it will trick you and it won't let you get looking for the bottom or below the 40 and bounce off the 42. Doesn't happen often, but I do suggest if you use this 8-hour indicator, once it starts going below the 40, you start dollar costing your average. What dollar cost averaging is, if you got $100 to put in, first put in 25, you know, then you're gonna put in another 25 if it goes lower, then put in another 25 if it goes lower, and then for the last 25, I would say wait till this purple line crosses the yellow line or whatever you have showing up on your charts. For colors, that's gonna be a good opportunity for you to put in the last of your money once you know that correction is completed. Then put in another 25 if it goes lower, and it's gonna start going up. Last 25, I would say. I hope I was able to teach you guys something. I hope you learned a little bit from this. Hope you get some good information. Hit that like, hit that follow. I'll be back again. I got a lot of other charts that I use. A lot of good information here. this is also cool. This is traditional pivots, right? So if you're not good at charting yourself, all you got to do is throw this, the traditional auto pivots, right? And what it's going to do is it's going to give you these levels, and they will change depending on what time frame you're on. 4 hours is going to be smaller distances than the 8 hour, which is going to be smaller distances than the daily, right? And the higher time frame you go, the more support and resistance is going to be. But this is going to tend to give you lines that if you break this line, boom, it's likely you're going to go up to the next line. If you fall below a line, then it's likely you're going to go down to the next line. These lines will be put here automatically to give you some numbers to trade. I will go over some stuff like that later on in the future. You have the Williams Index, which this bright green here usually means you're starting to get close to a bottom. Once you get this gray down really low, that kind of means you're getting towards the top, or you're at a top. And it usually works pretty well. But again, with these indicators, don't put all your money in at once. Break it up, whatever you want to trade, break it up into a few different chunks. That way, if it continues to go the direction that you don't think it's going, you get a better play each time you get in. And if it starts going your direction, you will lose a little profit. Again, who cares? You want to know why? Because you're making money anyway. But at least now you're being safe and you know you're doing it the right way. Into a few different chunks. That way, if it's again, guys, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I am a little bit tired, but I'll do one more thing for you. If it starts going your direction, it's going to be a decent amount of coins. But I'm going to show you some coins that I'm personally invested in. But at least now you're being safe and that I'm trading regularly, but that I also have bags of. Actually, we can probably remove some of these because I haven't updated this in a while. If it starts going in direction, this it's gonna be a decent amount of coins. I'm gonna show you some coins that I'm personally invested in. But at least now you're being safe and that I'm trading regularly. Get rid of that, get rid of that. But that I also have bags of. I want to make sure you guys are only getting like good advice coins. I don't want you getting some of the coins that I got wrecked in the past. And trust me, it's not like I'm perfect and I'm like super trader and everything that I always did was perfect and I never lost on any trades. I've been trading now for 6-7 years, and trust me, there's a thing, and I'm pretty sure it's called like trading university or something, because everybody pays the cost to get your degree to learn how to trade. You don't go to school to learn to do this. You actually have to be trading to learn to do this and to understand it. And during the process, you're going to make money, but you're going to lose so much of that money that you make. But that's the cost of your education. And then once you get it, everybody just get it. And then it's easy to just continue to get profits rather than loss. You actually have to be trading to learn to do this. These are some coins that you might during the process you're going to make money, but you're going to lose so much of that money that you make. We got Algo, that's the cost of your we got ETH, and then once you get it, Sol, obviously, Link, obviously. You don't go this is Solana, this is Chainlink for those don't know. You got FET AI, which is no longer FET AI anymore. But you're going to lose so much of that money. That's artificial intelligence, I believe. We got HBAR, Sol, which is Hedera, Hashgraph, XLM. I think XLM is a sleeper. XLM is a lot like XRP. The guy that made XRP and designed XRP, he left XRP because he didn't make that coin for the corporations and they kind of took it. They stole it from him. He made XLM and it's supposed to be like XRP, but the coin of the people, for people to use it. And it works very similarly, very low transaction fees. I think it's a sleeper this cycle. Nobody really talks about it. Might not have that much gains, but I think it's a reliable coin. IMX is here. It's going to be a gaming coin. Polkadot has been around in the market for a while. It's an OG coin, very low transaction. I think that it still has some more moves to do. I believe they're coming out with an update soon that's going to kind of change the game for them a little bit. Hopefully that gets some hype around it and they do start doing big things. Litecoin is another OG coin. It's been around for so long. Lots of big money investors invest in it. It's the Light network, the Lightning network. I believe they're even talking of a EFT, an ETF. I say EFT, ETF being made for Litecoin. Sand, don't like sand anymore. Let's get rid of that. Quant, I thought was gonna do big things. They advertised that they were working with NASA and all this stuff. Bro, F Quant, we're getting rid of that too. Engine Coin is an OG gaming coin. They do cool stuff. I don't know why they don't move as much. Don't like sand anymore. Let's get rid of that. I wouldn't suggest getting into that this bull run. This was here kind of from last bull run. We have Doge. Doge is always going to be the OG meme coin. I don't really do meme coins too much. I get in and out of them depending on what the charts say. Hold a little bag of Doge. But it is what it is with Doge. Filecoin. Filecoin, I believe, is very underrated. They've been around. And they have to do with file storage on the internet and on the blockchain. And I think they're going to be taking off pretty soon. Filecoin was actually named that as one of the USA coins. Trump claimed Filecoin are going to be underrated. Some of the stuff he's going to be pumping. And they have you got XRP. File storage. I don't need to give you any information on this. I'm sure you guys all know about XRP. You got Helium. Helium's a pretty cool coin. If you don't know, they're trying to make a network all around the world. Basically, you get these little helium devices. You mine helium for sharing internet. Any information on this? Pretty much that's it. You got XDC. XDC is hard to get, but I think it's a very underrated coin. Don't hear too many people talking about it. Kind of goes along with XRP. Basically, you get these little helium devices. If you don't know, Stacks is one of the few coins that's actually on the Bitcoin network. It's a pretty cool coin. A lot of these coins, I have bags of them. I don't really trade it. I've been buying all this crypto ever since Bitcoin was at 16,000. All these coins were rocked. So I'm in pretty good positions with all my bags. I'm just showing you this is really stuff that I have bags of, and then I'm doing some trading with. A lot of these coins, AVAX have bags of them. AVAX is a good coin. AVAX hasn't got enough love. AVAX hasn't got enough gains. I think its time is going to be due pretty soon. It's big on gaming. It's big on infrastructure. You got the OG Bitcoin. If you don't own enough Bitcoin yet, start putting $20 a week, $50 a week, $100 a week, $5 a week, whatever you can afford. You want to get some Bitcoin. ADA, I bought ADA back around 1 penny. I sold it at about $2.75 to $3. That really helped with my portfolio, get my portfolio going. It was a good move. Too bad I didn't have more money at the time, but like I said, that was really kind of the big boost I needed for my portfolio. And ever since then, I've been doing wonderful. Render, great coin. I bought Render at about 40 cents. I was preaching everybody to buy Render at about 40 cents. Render went all the way up to $14. Okay? I think it's sitting at around $7 right now. I never sold any of my Render, unfortunately. Just keep on collecting my Render. I think it's going to do big things as well. Render associated with NVIDIA. The owner of Render knows the owner of NVIDIA. They're buddies. So I do expect this to do big things. Zerk, that actually was rebranded recently, but it's a horse racing game. You can breed horses, you bet on horses. It's all electronic. It's pretty cool. I have a bag of it because it was actually a working game. That looks pretty cool. It's pretty fun. So I figured buy a bag, hold a bag, hope it catches on. If not, it is what it is. Alchemex is a pretty cool coin. What you do there is they'll let you stake your ETH or stake your Bitcoin, stake a couple different cryptos, but they'll give you a loan for up to 50% out, back out in USDT. So that way you can leave your money there and then go invest that other 50% somewhere else. Alchemex is a really good idea. what you do there is they'll let you stake. We got the Bitcoin dominance chart. Stake a couple of different cryptos. We really should be taking a look at this pretty soon. Back out in USDT, so that way you can leave your money there. Because I do expect this thing, man. This should be coming down. This is holding really well. Last time Bitcoin dominance chart 61, 62%. It really should look up here to 59%. I mean, there's a chance that we could go up here again, but we've been making this right here is a parallel channel. So now this is holding really well. Last time the Bitcoin dominance chart 61, 62%. It really should look up here to 59%. I mean, there's a chance that we could go up here again, but we've been making this right here is a parallel channel. So now this is holding really well. Last time the Bitcoin dominance chart 61, 62%. It really should look up here to 59%. I mean, there's a chance that we could go up here again, but we've been making this right here is a parallel channel. So I'm gonna call this the parallel channel that we're in. Now, unfortunately, well, I guess not unfortunately, because this is Bitcoin dominance. This parallel channel, if you have a channel that's going up like this, it usually breaks down. If you have a channel that's going down like this, which I'm not going to draw up, but you can kind of see it, it usually breaks up. I'm going to call this the channel down, breaks up. Now, unfortunately, breaks down. Well, I guess not unfortunately. Goes on and on and on. Crypto does a lot of the same patterns over and over again. And what it really boils down to, I'm not sure, is it the chicken or the egg? Is it that people see these patterns and expect it to happen, so play it accordingly, and they cause it to happen? Or was this going to happen anyway? You never know, but that's why it's good to know some charting. Let's just go back to this and recap, guys. You want to use your RSI, multiple MACD and ultimate MACD indicator, your stochastic RSI, and just by looking at the bottom and the top of here, bottoms, anything under the 40, anything above the 70, you're going to make some money. If you just, and this is also going to let you know, are you oversold? Is the market getting too hard? Should you expect some downtime? It's okay, because it has to happen. The market goes up and down. These indicators love to reset. And with that being said, I hope you all become millionaires. Hit that like, hit that follow. I don't know if anybody watched this stream. I'll probably break up some of this stuff and put it in some videos. It has to happen. The market goes up and down. These indicators love to reset.